Impact. What is impact to me? Like I checked in dictionary, impact is like influence, right? So I just like, okay, it's influence, so I just like, what is the version of impact? And then I search even more to Google's, and then it says how to impact a workplace, how to impact, right? How to impact the people. And then like, this is how you impact at the work, like maybe when you are at workplace or maybe at the job interview, like, you dress up good and you just kind of like, you have some pose and you just like, hi, it's Yuko. Nice to see you. And like, nice smile, right? And those one things, like, I just like, oh, okay, yeah, I can get that. If you have that kind of, appearance or attitude, or I don't know, the way you stand up. Yes, Barry, I will remember that. That'll influence me for something, right? For the good reason. Hi, Mili-san. Thank you so much for coming. Hey, Natsumi-san. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate that. And then I get it. I get it. Impact. Yes. Like, okay, when I go on date, I can just wear nice dress. I get it. But those ones, they don't really resonate with me. I know I can use it as a how to. But when it comes to, I have to think about the deep meaning of impact. Here you are, Tessa. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. And I just like, and then I was even checking the Googles further, right? In English, because when I do, especially when I create the content, when I speak, when I do IG Live or Movement Makers, right? It's, of course, everything in English, right? When I do Japanese, I feel more comfortable because Japanese is my first language. But when it comes to English, I have to search. And then one sentence showed up. Impact, right? Be who you are. I just like, this is it, right? Be who you are. Show up as who you are. So I just like, yeah, that's impact, right? I realized that 4 years ago, I went to see Evan Carmichael in Toronto, and I asked him question, and then it's just like, well, it's like, Evan, is it okay I do what I want to do, and I can keep doing what I want to keep, but I can keep doing it? It's not selfish to my family, selfish to anybody. He said no. His answer, it's immediate no. Like, no, it's not. Do what you want to do. I just like, really? And I couldn't believe. I thought he was going to say different things, right? But I couldn't believe, like, really? I am allowed to do whatever I want to do. So, my one word is be yourself. Be yourself. I know it's 2 words, but be yourself, right? Who I do, when I do have be yourself moment, when I show up as who I am, right? And when I live every day, end of the day, before I go to bed, and I just like, did I live as who I am today? Yes, that's a moment, right? So that's like, that leaves great impact for myself. I do believe everything starts from me, right? It's a self-love. You have to fill your cup. If you don't fill your cup, you can't give it to the others. If you got nothing or if you're just like super dry, like have a crack, you know, well, nothing comes out. Like you just like, I want to give, I want to leave great impact. I want to make people feel better. You know, I want to change. I want to give more women confidence. But if you're not confident yourself, right? If you're not happy with yourself, if you don't really, I know you have a lot, but if you lost your love, where can you find it? I mean, you have to find the love first, right? To find the love, you have love, right? And then you wanted to give others. You wanted to share others, you know? If you don't have what's inside you, you cannot give, right? So, what do you have to do? Everything starts from you. You have to keep practicing to fill yourself up. So that's why when Evan said, yeah, you can do whatever you want. And I just like, really? I am allowed to do whatever I want. But I spent so much time for my family and friends, and I thought that was the great things. You know, I put myself last. No, you gotta live your life. So it took me a long time, right? To just starting to, like, it feels like I start over again, right? But by doing the practice to fill my cup, right? To fill myself up again. Because I want to, I want more women to be by themselves. I want women to have more confidence, right? But I realize that I just didn't have confidence. What do? I have to feel again, right? And then I just keep practicing every day. Courage, show up who I am. It's not comfortable. It wasn't comfortable at the beginning. It wasn't. Like, it took me a long time. It took me sometimes 21 times on Instagram story to post one, right? I deleted 20 pictures to post one. I deleted 21 videos to post one the video on Instagram story. Instagram story is like, how long? 15 seconds, right? I couldn't speak up as who I was, right? It takes time, takes practice. But as I start, just like everything else, right? Just like a muscle. When you want to have a muscle, like, you know, if you don't have muscle much, like if you don't, you know, if you're flabby, wubby, I don't know, like shiny, not shiny, just like a Michelin, you know, those kind of like, doughboy, whatever. So you have to start. You have to keep showing up. You have to practice, right? It takes time, but guarantee it. As long as you keep practicing, as long as you keep showing up, do not forget, right? It's an exercise. So, eventually, it might take time, but you will get there. Right? And then now, I'm still on the journey, right? This is it. I finished my journey. No, I'm still on the journey to be myself, to live my life authentically, right? To feel free, right? To be happier, right? So, I'm still on the journey. But compared with 4 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, I feel more comfortable being who I am. Showing up like IG Live, be who I am, right? And then I realized that the more, like recently, like more women, like around, I would say my age, or maybe younger too, right? And they starting to tell me, you're giving me great impression. You've been influencing, what is called, like you've been influencing me. If my English, it's not right, sorry. But you have impacted me, my life. and you've been teaching me how to show up my life. And then just like, I started to feel much better. I started to much better to express who I am. Some women have told me that. I feel so honored. I just like, wow, I must doing something good, showing up who I am, right? And at the same time, the more, right? The more I show up who I am, the more people starting to feel, I don't know, the more, what is it called? Influence, right? More influence I give to the people, like the women. I realize that. So, somehow, right? I am probably giving great impact to somebody I really want to do too. Anyway, so it's to be honest with you, I'm gonna be like, just be, this is like showing up who I am, right? Because my one word is be yourself. Talking about impact, actually, we've been doing like, for a couple months, right? The Movement Maker Challenge, we always have a theme like momentum, resilience, right? They are okay, they're good, but impact is what actually one of the difficult one to talk, because I resonate the message impact, like be who you are, right? Impact, be who you are. Being who you are that's impact, right? And then just like, feels like the talking about myself, very, very, very uncomfortable, to be honest with you. When it comes to collaboration interview, I feel more comfortable asking, right? Interviewing Tessa, interviewing Elaine, interviewing Christy, right? Interviewing somebody else. I feel more comfortable. But when it comes to the people asking me questions, interviewing me, right? I feel very, very, very uncomfortable. I don't know, for some reason, I do honest. When it comes to give an answer, I feel honest, but I still need to work on it. But that doesn't mean, right? I used to, like, that doesn't mean I'm not enough. That doesn't mean I'm not enough, right? I used to think like, oh my gosh, I didn't do well. This interview, I couldn't give them a great answer. I'm not good enough. I used to beat myself up, right? It's kind of, I used to put myself down. And that, I realized that. It's like, that was a pattern. That the pattern, it's not doing anything good for me. So I started to create a new pattern. Like, you know what? I know I didn't do well, but you know what? I did my best. I did my best to showing up who I am, right? I gave my best to show who I am to that person, to the moment. So that's okay. Next time, I know I am going to feel better. I'm not feel better. I am going to do it better, right? That's when I started to tell myself. And then I just like, I feel like I'm giving a permission for me is just like, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. You're going to get better, right? So that's going to give me great impact for myself. That's so important. I don't know. Am I selfish? I don't know. Everything start from me. Like, I truly, truly believe if I don't have, like I said, what's inside me, that I cannot give. So I just starting to, I want to more women. I want to give a great impact women to show up who they are, to have a courage to speak up, to have a courage to live their life, to have a courage to be who they are. So means that means to me, like, I gotta do it. Like, I want to do it. Not like I have to have a practice. I have to show up, not like that. But I will practice myself. I will do the practice to show up who I am. And that's super, super courageous things. It takes a lot of courage. Don't you think it's easy? It's easy to read how to give a great impact, how to leave a good impact, how to give a great impact on Instagram. It's easy. It's somebody maybe show how, and then maybe you can just pretend. Like, if the how is you feel right, so resonate to you, that's okay. Keep practicing it. But if you feel like, okay, I try this a couple times, maybe for a week, that doesn't suit me, that doesn't suit me. And then, like, that moment, do you have a courage to start changing? Do you have a courage to step out and then just starting to show up, like, just more like engage yourself? And then does you starting to show who you are? First, like, you have to engage yourself to be who you are, right? Means you gotta spend a lot more time with yourself. Hello, thank you so much. You gotta spend more time with yourself, and you have to ask good question to yourself, right? That's super important. And then eventually you will find who you are. And once you find who you are, and then you can start practicing. It takes a courage. This is one of the way to show at the practice, right? Showing up at IG Live, who I am. That takes a lot of courage. Like I said, it's easy to show up. This is what you're supposed to show up. You're gonna look good. You're gonna get a lot of followers. You're gonna get lots of hearts. You do this. But you know what? I find it's boring. To be honest with you. There are so many Instagram feed coming up, right? And then those, I don't know, looks like cookie cutters to me. It's just like, okay, I've seen those pictures. It's just the same girl. I'm gonna scroll. And that's another same girl. And then I just see their profile, right? The post profile. They all look same. But you know what? What I like most, what I want to follow back, some people follows me, right? And then I really follow them back, actually. I look at their post, and if I don't feel the energy, if I don't see who they are, I am sorry, I'm not following you back. So that's, means that kind of person, that's kind of message I wanted to give to the world. I wanted to give an impact to the world. I want to give my message. I want to just, when people see my post, they can just see it. They can feel the energy. They can just feel the temperature. I don't know, the heat or warmth. I don't know who I am by looking at my post, right? That's how I want to give an impact to people. So anyway, I hope I did it good. And then this is one of the hard, Tessa, to be honest with you, this is one of the hard ones. You can tell, right? I'm just go all over, but I did my best today. So today, 11 o'clock, I and Tessa and I, we are going to do collaboration live. It's not a self-care Sunday show, right? We are going to talk about impact. I am so looking forward to hear from Tessa. And then I am pretty sure, if Tessa asked me about impact, right? About my perspective. Like, oh, what do you think about the impact equal? I'm pretty sure I feel more comfortable because Tessa and I, we do lives so many times. I know we're not really supposed to do too many lives together when it comes to Movement Maker Challenge, but hey, why don't we? I don't think we're gonna get in trouble by ever doing that. So anyway, and then one more thing, this Sunday, we'll have a Sunday self-care show. Yes, every other Sunday, we'll do self-care Sunday. So some people still so confused because we used to show up every week, but I told Tessa, I need Sunday off too. So she's just like, okay, all right, every other Sunday. I said, yeah, that's good, that's cool, that's good enough. So we are going to have Self-Care Sunday show at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time this Sunday. And please, I will send a notification to you guys. So please come and join our live. So I will talk to you later. And thank you so much for joining my live today. And I really appreciate you guys' time and energy, and for me too. And so you have a great Friday and great weekends. Thank you so much.